Hey guys, welcome to Scotch and Scripts. I am your host, David Radney. This is a interview with Sam, and this is the first interview in the series where I'm talking to real estate agents about their day-to-day business and what they do in order to get into production. I hope that you enjoyed this interview with Sam. We did have some technical difficulties about halfway through, but we got right back on track. So again, thank you for joining us. Enjoy. Hey, Sam, thank you for joining me today for the first in the series of agent interviews. I appreciate your time today.
Yeah, no problem. I'm always happy to help out.
Absolutely. So let me ask you, how long have you been in real estate?
I've been in real estate since about November.
Okay.
So I graduated in June, and I went into the licensing and everything. As the same day I walked at graduation, I was signing up for real estate classes that night.
That night. And what made you want to get into this industry?
Well, my father's been in this business for 40 years. I would say I really fell in love when I was around 12.
Okay.
What happened was I noticed he was always wearing a nice suit. He drove a nice car.
Okay.
And he was always busy. When he was making the most money, he was always busy. He was always on the phone.
Okay.
Very businessman-esque. And I looked up to him a lot. And I thought that was something that I could do. And another factor that played into that was I really didn't want to go to college.
Okay.
I wanted to show people that you can be successful in this world without that kind of an education, especially with the way they do things now. I think it's very expensive. I'm going to say that.
Well, it is very expensive, and a lot of people are graduating with a lot of debt and not able to find a job in their field. Look at myself.
Yeah.
I got into real estate after getting my degree and working in the different industry, and now I'm working in the field where the college degree was not required. And the big thing is I can make a lot more money in real estate than what I was doing previously. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought it wasn't just that I wanted to be a businessman, although that was like my goal as a child. I wanted to prove something that it's possible to. And now people in my school,
Yes.
They think I'm like a millionaire.
Okay.
I'm not. Nothing even close to that.
Gotcha.
But people do think that. I don't say anything when I do.
Okay.
Not complaining about that, but it's I just work hard, and what I get is what I deserve, which is what I really like about this job. Every penny you make, you earned it.
That's exactly it.
You didn't get it because of you were there for a certain amount of hours. I can work 100 hours in a week in this business, but if I'm not doing income producing activities, I'm not making money. I'm not making a dollar. So I wanted to perform to earn what my performance led me to.
Okay.
And everything about it, I was really passionate about it. I wanted the tonality that my dad had. I wanted the jokes that my dad could make. I wanted the charisma that a successful agent has. So it was everything.
Gotcha. And so wanting to do this since you were 12 and now you've been doing it since November, real estate's simple, but it's not easy. What are some of the biggest challenges you've had getting started up in real estate?
Yeah, it is not easy. It's not something that when people tell me they want to be an agent, what I tell them is, all right, are you willing to work 12 hours a day or 10 hours a day? At least start off. I get it, you have kids and this and that, but you at least to start off, you're going to have to put in some work, and a lot of it.
Absolutely.
If this job were that easy, then everyone in the world would be doing it.
That's right.
You have to be a certain breed of human being to be good at this job.
So I may not have this number correct, but I want to say the fallout rate within the first 2 years for real estate agents is over 80%. So if you had 10 people in your real estate class, only 2 of you would still be in the business after 2 years. That's pretty telling.
Yeah, exactly. And although other people don't have the the advantages that I have of being so young and being with my parents. So it's, the first few months, what agents commonly tell other agents is you're probably not going to make money for a few months,
Right.
before you get yourself adjusted and really start to understand everything. I had no idea what I was doing for a good 4 or 5 months. Like,
Okay.
no idea. I was just the title real estate agent.
Gotcha. So a lot to
So
learn, man. So what changed? What changed that got you into production?
what I mean, a lot changed at once.
Okay.
So it's difficult to pinpoint one specific thing.
Of course.
So I joined, as you know, I joined the Push program.
Okay.
At the same time, I joined the Zamir group.
Right.
So that was a huge bump in confidence and actual success. And I felt that everything kind of happened at once.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a bunch of different factors that changed, but I'm happy with the way things are turning out.
Mm-hmm. Well, it all didn't happen at once, man. It happens very gradually, and then suddenly it takes off. You were putting in the work.
Yeah.
I would see you in the office downstairs, and you would be making calls and learning and listening and paying attention. And so it didn't just happen all at once. You put in some work, and you were grinding, unlike a lot of agents. And I think that's what led you to even be in the position where you could join that group and actually get into the Push program. So kudos to you, man. You put the work in.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, every day you got to wake up as a new agent with the mentality of, how am I going to separate myself from the 87%? What makes me different? What is that 87% not doing that I should be doing?
That's right. That's right.
How am I going to last? Especially now with all these, Purple Brick, Zillow, all that. We have competition. You can't just be an average agent. That you're either a superstar,
yes,
or you're not going very far long term. And I really believe in that firmly. That's why I look up to Zohar so much. He's irreplaceable. No app, nothing. You can't replace what he provides.
I agree with you on that. You said, how can you stand out from the 87%? Mike Ferry, I watched a video from him years ago, and something he said really stuck with me. He said, in this business, you almost have to wake up every day and start every row. Don't look at the listings that you have. Don't look at the properties you have in your contract. You wake up every morning at 0 and get on that phone, and your job is to build your inventory and continue to prospect. So how do you start your day? What's your schedule look like?
The ideal day for me is I'll wake up at about 6 in the morning.
Okay.
I'll get ready, have all my work bag ready, my gym bag ready, my lunchbox ready. I keep 2 meal prep meals per day in my car or in the fridge at the office.
Right.
I make those on Sunday at night when I have some downtime.
Gotcha.
I meal prep for the entire week. So what the meal prep does, it allows me to be in the office as long as humanly possible. So I eat a lot, and I wouldn't be able to work if I didn't bring food with me. So that's one key. I always have the meal prep food in a big lunchbox. It's about this big.
Okay.
And I get all those bags ready, and I'm in the gym by 7 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm done working out by 8, and then shower and get ready. Get into the office by 8:45. If I'm doing the mindset call, I'm in the office by 8:45. If I'm not doing the mindset call, I'll get in the sauna for 15 minutes before I shower, and then I'll be in the office by 9.
That's great.
And then 9 in the morning, I'm on the phones, I'm dialing. I really try and do minimum 100 calls per morning. It's not much. I have
per morning. Okay.
I mean, it's not much. It takes me an hour and a half.
Okay.
And
So you're using a phone dialer, so you're using some type of system in order to make that many calls in 1 hour.
Yeah, I use Vulcan 7.
That's do I. Good program.
And Yes, extremely. I have no complaints. On a scale of 1 to 10. It's a 9.5.
Okay.
It's great. So that allows me to make a lot of calls. And as we all know, this is a contact sport.
Yes,
So
sir.
the more people you talk to every single day, the better you're going to do. More people that are these expireds and for sale by owners, we know they want to sell their house.
Right.
And I know for a fact, and I'm very confident that our team can sell these houses.
That's right.
And most of the time sell them for more than the other agent could have. And I mean, we just sold one in Ridgefield that was on the market for a year at $749, and we had it under contract in less than 2 weeks for $740, $20,000 above asking.
Awesome, man. It's all about exposure, right? So that's fantastic. So you know what's interesting, we talked about this on our morning mindset call, but in the county where you do a lot of your work, there are over 130 or so for sale by owners that are currently out there. So there's a lot of opportunity. Why do you think most agents aren't really plugging in and taking advantage of businesses out there like for sale by owners and expired?
It's not easy. It's not. You have to have a certain mentality. You have to be able to work like a dog. You have to not be scared of anything. If you can call an expired or for sale by owner multiple times a day, then you can really call anyone.
Right.
That's about the hardest possible thing you're going to call. Probably even harder than an angry seller, because you're already working with that angry seller. They know you.
They know you.
They know your reputation, your track record. You've met face to face. But these expired, they'll say anything to you.
Okay.
Some of them are. It's not easy. You do need a certain mindset. You do have to be plugged in. One mistake I think a lot of agents make before they get on the phone, we know what they're gonna say. Like we know the objective. Just learn those, and you have nothing to be scared of.
Okay.
Bring me a buyer. I have 10 different responses. Give me, what are you going to do differently than my last agent did? And I'm waiting for them to say that. And I'm going to jump on it with my well-written, perfect response. I want you to say, what are you going to do differently?
That's right.
My last agent did.
You're ready to handle that. You're ready for that.
Yeah. I want you to say it. I know, and because my script of that objection, I'm going to close.
Okay, so
and then
what are you do different, Sam? You know, we had our house listed before. What are you going to do different? Why should we use you?
Well, how about get the place sold for starters? I mean, our team sells a lot of real estate in the area for a reason. I have an in-depth marketing plan that might take me 15, 20 minutes to go over top, David.
Okay.
Are you on Friday or Saturday at 2?
Okay, you can come by Saturday at 2.
Yeah, whatever.
It was a great response. Absolutely. And we could go into it and I could push back harder on you, but I love the fact that you knew what to say. You knew how to go after that. And you gave me a time limit. You told me 15 minutes. So it's not an open-ended meeting. You said 15 minutes, you'll get in, cover what you need to cover. I love that you had a response ready. And to your point, we do know what they're going to say. And so it gives us a leg up. All expireds, all for sale by owners say about the same 4 or 5 things. And as long as we know how to overcome those objections, we can create the opportunity. Good for you.
Even if you were to get a new one, you write it down on a piece of paper,
right,
and literally just think, spend 2 minutes, think, how would I respond to that in a calculated salesperson way? What would Mike Ferry say to this?
Absolutely.
How would he respond to this? All the objections that are on my board, I carry around a big board.
I know.
With me. It has all the objections.
Yep.
They're all written by me, and I edited them and made them sound human.
Okay.
So it's not I'm saying it. It sounds natural.
Yes.
So
yes.
They're all written by me. It's not like I had to go online or pay for them or nothing. I thought about, okay, this is the objection. What should I say?
Right. So let me ask you this, for a new agent who kind of has that drunk monkey about calling for sale by owners and expires, they're afraid of the objections they're going to get. What advice would you give that agent that has that challenge on getting on the phone?
I know certain people would disagree with this. Okay. Certain people say, just get on the phone, and you'll figure it out later. I don't really think that's your best idea. I think your best bet would be at least a little bit, read your script. I'd say read it, time block 30 minutes, just read it.
Okay.
Don't do anything else.
All right.
Don't listen to music. Read your script 30 minutes. Okay. About 2 hours writing down the objections, put them in writing. What are the objections? How am I going to handle them? You're good to go. 3, 2, 1, go. Then you can dial.
Okay.
But not before you didn't learn the script and before you didn't learn the objections.
Gotcha. And think about it. If we spend 30 minutes a day doing that in a month, how much time would we have spent mastering the script? We'll be experts in 30 days.
But even if you read it one time for 30 minutes, just keep going, read.
Right.
You'll be in a much better place than you were if you were to just start practicing on your income, as you would say. So, it just comes down to that, doing it at least a few times, learning it. I don't have a good memory. I've done about, like I was telling you yesterday, I've done about 10 hours of script practice.
Gotcha.
That's not a lot. That's not a lot. I role play 7 times a week, so
wow.
that is a lot. But I don't sit there and read my scripts and objections like as much as I should. I really should more. But it's not like I'm doing it 2 hours a week. I just did it a few times and I'm good. Like I can just make the calls, and you get better with every single call you make. You get less scared with every single call you make. The first call is going to be the hardest, but then you're good.
Okay.
If I started at the age of 18, knowing absolutely nothing, no scripts, no objections, and I'm telling you what you have to do right now.
Yep.
If the objections flipped, you're good. 3, 2, 1, go.
I love it.
I wasn't even scared. I was scared, but I still did it. I was like, all right, this is how I make money. Okay, whatever.
What's the worst that can happen to you, right? They hang up on you. They may curse you out, but what's the worst that can really happen to you?
Yeah, and as you get better and better, with my tonality and my confidence, nobody screams at me anymore.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie. When I suck, people curse me out, and they yelled at me and this and that.
All right, Sam, welcome back. I know we had a quick technical issue, but thank you for logging back on. Listen, so here's what I wanted to ask you. I kind of forgot where we left off, but I love your energy and I love your confidence. What inspires you when it comes to getting up every morning, day after day, doing the same activities and making calls and going on previews? What inspires you to get up every morning and do your job?
That's a tough question. It's hard to pinpoint one specific thing, but for me in general, I just want to do well. And I know I want to do well in life, not just in real estate. I want to invest in the future. I want to build a career around real estate. Okay. And I think I really want to be really good at it. Nothing more in the world would make me happy if I could become good or great at this job. So
then you will, because your success here is directly contingent on you doing the work and putting the work in, and your finances and your success are in direct proportion to your willingness to have uncomfortable conversations with for sale by owners and expireds and sellers. You've already proven that you're willing to do that. So I know you'll be successful, man. I'm excited to see where you're going to take this business, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, yeah, I'm here to stay.
Okay.
Okay. Say it one short sentence, but yeah, I mean, I always knew my future would be in this, and I really don't want to fail. I promised myself if I do fail, I'm joining the military. And I really don't want to join the military.
Okay.
I'm just being honest.
I hear you.
I hate manual labor. Like that's one thing I hate. I'm more of like my dad. He was like on the business side. And he could build a house with his own hands.
Wow.
Me, I did shingles on our roof for one day, and I wanted to shoot myself. I was like, why don't I just make more money and pay someone else to do this? I washed my car the other day. I'm like,
leverage.
I just make more money and have someone do a better job of doing this.
I feel you, dude. I feel you. I don't cut my grass. I don't, I do shovel my snow, but I don't cut my grass. I prefer to make the money, leverage that out, support someone else's business, and let them do it. So Listen,
Exactly.
because you know that for yourself and you don't want to have to do that type of, joining the military or doing that type of manual labor, then you'll be successful here. It's all about putting in the work and you know what you need to be doing. So I guess my next question for you would be, what is your biggest opportunity for growth in this business moving forward?
Well, ideally, I would like to potentially become the second listing agent on the Zamir Group.
Okay.
The opportunity presents itself. I don't think, I'm not sure if it will happen or not, but that would be my number one goal. If I
Good
could
for you.
prove myself enough to Zohar that he would be willing to give me that opportunity.
Okay.
So that's kind of why I don't stop. I want that opportunity, and if I get it, I'm going to do really well at it. So
Okay.
I do need some initial help, but I think after I get the ball rolling, I think that I can do it very well at a high level.
That's good to hear, man. So I know that you've shared some really good information that's going to be very helpful for agents that watch this, whether they're new or veteran agents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do more of these interviews moving forward. What is a question that you would like me to pose to the other agents that do the interviews? Is there anything that you'd be curious to know about their day, their schedule, affirmations they use, books they read, quotes that are important to them, anything that I can ask them that would be important for you to find out?
I think just books they read. I think that would be a good one. But other than that, you're right on the money.
Okay.
Every single question flows, and it's a well-written script. We didn't even get into how important scripts are for success. For me, if you would have asked me about a book, I would say The Way of the Wolf by Jordan Belfort.
Yes.
It's straight to the point. He's going to
Yep.
tell you everything you need to know to actually be able to sell something to someone.
Okay. Okay.
So one question I posed on the mindset call a few days back or last week, I asked, if I asked you as a professional salesperson,
Mm-hmm.
tell me this 10, would you know where to go? Would you know where to take that conversation?
I would.
All right. Well, those people who would just start telling us about how great that pen is, how it's titanium steel,
Right.
you're
Right.
wasting your breath. You're wasting your breath. That's not the best course of action. And we're professional salespeople.
Yeah.
You got to know your linguistics, the right questions to ask. Telling is not selling. We all know that.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
100 times, which is part of why I want to get into teaching sales in this, maybe at Keller Williams if possible. So it's something I'm very passionate about, and I get better every day by lead generating. I think there's no better way to sell anything than if you're selling yourself on a daily basis.
Okay. And when it comes to selling, it's about asking questions, like you said, which is really the scripts. And are scripts important in your business and how you run your business?
Yes, extremely. They're all scripts. The objections I use, the closes I use, they're all scripts. They're internalized scripts, so I know what to say and when to say it.
Right.
And I don't need the board or anything or the paper in front of me, but they're all scripts. And that doesn't mean that it's not human or anything like that. It just means it's a well-written response to something that I know that most people are going to say.
Right. That's awesome. And those are scripts to get you in front of the sellers. And then once you actually get a chance to sit down with them, your listing presentation is another script, right?
More scripts. The close. Mr. Seller, you put your trust in myself and my team. I promise you I'll never have to ask for it again. Sign here. Whatever your script is, the close, that you got to have that well rehearsed, the tonality while you're saying it.
Right.
If I would have said, oh, well, if you put your trust in myself and I'm not closing.
I understand that. I understand that.
Well,
speaking of closing, I want to close up this interview and I have a question for you. And if you don't have an answer, that's okay. I want you to think about it. What's your USP? What's your unique selling proposition? So if I said to you as a seller, Sam, why should I work with you? What would you say to me? What's your USP?
Well, Mr. Seller, when you hire us, you're hiring 12 real estate professionals for the price of one. We have a full-time director of marketing, so he makes to market your home. Does that sound like the type of people you want to be working with?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like we should meet.
Okay.
It's not too crazy. It's just, it's a fact. It's the truth well told.
There you go.
Essentially, that's what your script should be.
Okay. Okay. Good job, man.
I could have said something a lot better than that, but it's just straight off the top of my head, no script, nothing. I'm in my car,
Right.
nothing.
Well, that's the whole thing, man. With scripts, it's also about having how to overcome objections and have something to say. Sometimes you have to have more than one thing to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it comes to handling objections, you have to be able to handle it 4 or 5 or 6 different ways. So I love to hear that you have other things you could have said because you may need to say them. And so it's good that you have that arsenal built up. Awesome.
Yeah, Mr. Seller, I'm going to work like a dog to sell your home. What am I doing right now? I'm prospecting for buyers for our current listing.
That's right.
And I'm not going to stop until I sell your house. Whatever you're.
All good, man. All good.
But and that's true. We're not going to stop. We don't stop here. Like that's why part of why I like the team so much. It gives me a lot of advantages. We're here. If I'm out this office at night, Zohar's here till 8, 9 o'clock every night.
He is, and so is Ron, and that's why you guys are number 1 in the MLS, correct?
Yeah.
That's it.
We don't stop.
You surrounded yourself with the right people, and because of that and the fact that you're willing to put in the work, you're going to be successful, Sam. I really appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll talk to you tomorrow during the Mindset Call.
All right, D-Rad. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Have a great 4th. You got it. Thank you. Bye.